街中では本当にありとあらゆるものが路上で販売されております。これは多分アイスクリームですね。このチンチン鳴らせるのはだいたいアイスクリーム屋さん。同業者でお友達の石屋さんを長くやっているジャンバさんにインタビューをすることができました。ありがとうございます。彼はアメリカ人なので、英語バージョンのオリジナルと、日本語吹き替えバージョンの2つを作りました。ビデオは英語のオリジナルバージョンです。
One coffee in the morning, but then today I didn't have any, and then I had one in the morning, but I was getting tired anyway, so I decided to ask over there. As soon as I asked, somebody gave me one, so I ended up having two. but people are very nice in general. Here, they always help me, mostly in most of Mexico. Since 1985, 36 years, 35, 36 years.
Wow.
Just because I didn't have anything I like to do. I went to massage school and and in massage school I started to be around a lot of crystals and stones, and I felt the energy so strong, and I started to do flea markets and things like this, and then find a lot of stones on the ground that people left. I just picked them up, and me and my friends started selling them, and we found a piece of rough lapis like this big, and and I bought it to somebody, and they cut it into cabochons, and then we sold it, made a bunch of money, and then somebody was talking about the quartz mines in Arkansas, and I went there with my friend in the car. We were very broke. We were selling our blood, like we were trying to sell our blood. Nobody would take it. All kinds of weird things. And when we went to the mines, and we're seeing like crystals that weighed like 5 pounds for like $10 or $20 because I had a scratch on the point. In those days, they were not worth so much. Like without the scratch, it would be $100. With it scratched, $10. Now they don't care. And we loaded up the back of our car, and I went to New York, and went home to New York. I hadn't been there in a long time. I was living in New Mexico, and I saw these people selling on the street, and I started asking them if they wanted to buy stones for making stuff, but then I thought, oh shit, I'll just go on the street and start selling, and I started making like $100 a day in 1984 or 5, and I thought I couldn't make so much, like that, from a job, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. I don't even have to have a job, so. This is how I got started like this, and then I like it, and I love stones, and yeah, but I live on my own, but yeah, I earn better than I would from almost any job, and I can travel and things like this, yeah. A form of revolution, because if you be independent, then you are, helping, to create a better world. So I always recommend people to quit their jobs and, start to sell things on the street or do massage or do things, just do whatever they feel like that makes them happy. So then you'll make just enough, and you'll be struggling all the time. But if you do what your heart tells you, you will do well. That you will always have enough. And sometimes you might not be able to sell, and sometimes you will not be able to pay rent, and sometimes it's a trade-off too. I say always it's a trade. You have freedom for security, and I think freedom is more important, but not so much anymore, but I used to. I like to stay in 1 or 2 places, but not to live in one place always, but I like to just live in 1 or 2 places. Just traveling around all the time is very tiring and a loss of energy. But I used to like traveling so much because everything was new. But now, you go to enough places and you see the same thing so many times that you just it excite as much. It's good to be somewhere. Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, like, I don't know, 10 countries or whatever, or 12 countries I've been in. But stayed a lot, like only like Mexico and Guatemala and India. And South America a little bit, but I've been to like about 10 or 12 countries. But I always want to come back to Mexico. That's why I like more than anywhere in the world. Because the people are, there's the freedom to be able to do this, and people treat me very well, and because hola, hola amiga. Muy bien, muy bien. Very wonderful, like very friendly and kind, and I feel like I don't feel judged here. That the most important thing is that you have a very big love for the stones, and the only way that you're going to really sell well is by picking stones, because you love them, and then other people will also love them, and then you need to find where they come from, and not expect somebody to like just sell you a bunch of stones cheap and then you can resell them or whatever. You trying to get the most beautiful things, and don't be a coward, like about investing, but you need to like really pick well, because like I said, everybody already has the same. You need to like be able to, and that is why you really need to have a love, and you have to know what is really beautiful, and it's magic, like when you pick something that has a lot of value, but it has a lot of value not because it just has a lot of value according to the market. When you pick right because of the love, it will sell before something very cheap, because of the fact that there's some kind of like magic that is attached to its value. So you really need to tune in.
Okay. Thank you very much.